Hey, yo, it's me, Pops Fan Marmalade, and you're watching the Comics-Related Madness Network. Uh-huh. So come get some. CromCon. CromCon.
If you're a fan of comic books and comic book conventions, Daytona Beach Comic Con needs to be on your list of must-attend events. It's a show that actually focuses on comic books. Imagine that! This year's event is happening on Saturday, September the 6th, and Sunday, September the 7th. Silverline creators will be there, so we'll see you at the show. If you find yourself in the Orlando area, and let's be honest, doesn't everyone come to Orlando for the House of Mouse? Head over to Coliseum of Comics to get your comic book fix. Be sure to check out their location on East Colonial Drive, where they carry a wide selection of independent comics, including Silverline books. Stop by and don't forget to tell them Silverline sent you. Hey, if you're an independent comic creator looking to get your comic printed, look no further than Kablam Digital Printing. They print our comics and do a fantastic job. They can even print special edition covers. When you reach out to them, be sure to tell them Silverline sent you. Looking for a bold way to boost your business? Advertise with Silverline Comics, reaching readers across the U.S. and around the world. Affordable rates, passionate fans, and national and international exposure, all packed inside thrilling, action-packed comics. All ads must be PG-13, perfect for reaching all ages. Spots are limited. Grab your ad space today and become part of the adventure. Silverline Comics, where adventure lives and your brand thrives. Email us at silverlinepublishingllc@gmail.com for more information. And make mine Silverline.
Hi, this is Tim TK, host of That Silverline Show on Tuesday. Join us at 11 p.m. Eastern, 8 p.m. Pacific every Tuesday night as we discuss pop culture and the joys of making comics.
Hi, I'm Barb Kilber, co-host of Silverline's Wednesday Wham. Join us each Wednesday night as we discuss comics, literature, movies, and anything else that may catch our attention.
I'm Roland Mann, and I host Silverline's Silver Sunday. Join me every Sunday at 8 p.m. Eastern as we make mine Silverline.
Hello, everybody. We are a bit short-handed tonight. CC, he's got
work stuff. He got work
and,
stuff. He couldn't make it.
Yeah, because CC's held up at work, and John has got a migraine. So for the moment, anyway, it's just Rob and I. But we are hoping to lure Pops in. Deign to join us, because we are going to be talking tonight about one of his favorite subjects, conspiracy theories. We did a podcast here a while back on conspiracy theories and how they would fit into the comics world. And it was an extremely popular podcast. And so tonight we're going to do part 2.
Part dos.
So if our
part 2.
That's right. So if any of our viewers want to throw in their 2 cents, we would definitely appreciate it, because this is done for your amusement. So tonight,
and ours.
Yeah. Tonight we are going to talk about.
Oh wow. I know this one.
You know this one? Oh, wow, good.
I did just a tiny bit of research before we started tonight.
Rob did research?
Yeah. For once, I actually did figuring it was just going to be you and me at this. It was looking like I thought I'd better do a little research, and that's one of the. I looked at the 30 crazy conspiracy theories that people actually believe, and this one was on that list. And that's a weird theory.
This is the belief, the conspiracy theory that Earth was sucked into a black hole in 2012. And how this came about was, and I have notes because my memory is worth shit, so I have to make notes.
Yeah, I hear you.
In 2012, the Large Hadron Collider, the world's largest and most powerful particle accelerator, found the Higgs boson particle, which was, big news in the science world.
Huge news. This is something they've been looking for decades. It's speculated to exist, but couldn't be proved because it was so difficult. They had to build this. One of the reasons they built the Hadron accelerator is to find that thing.
And it supposedly explains the Big Bang Theory and how the universe was formed. But the conspiracy theorists state that when the God particle was made, it created a black hole that consumed the Earth in a split second, and that we didn't even realize it.
We just haven't figured it out yet. Yeah, we just haven't realized it yet.
Yep, the blink of an eye, and we're in a black hole. And this also happened to be at the same time that there was a Mayan prophecy that the world would come to
2012. Yes.
Yeah, 2012, that the world would come to an end as we know it. And so, they're saying, see, the Mayans knew we were going to be sucked into a black hole. So what are your thoughts on that, Rob? And how do you think this would work as a comic?
There's some, if you know anything about relativity and black holes, as you are sucked into a black hole, time slows for everyone observing you. You're slow as you get closer and closer.
Crush to the black you though with the density of the gravity.
It turns you into spaghetti. It stretches you out, according to what I've read. If I got that wrong,
some days I feel like that. Yes, definitely.
But yeah, it's because part of you is closer to the black hole than another part. You're stretched out because the closer you get, the more it will stretch you, will pull on you, so you get stretched into spaghetti as you're entering in. But for the observer outside the black hole, you're slowly moving through that. Time is passing faster for those outside the black hole than it is for those inside. So you could feel like you're falling for 5 minutes, come out and centuries have passed if you could get back out of the black hole again. Black holes are weird.
It reminds me of Loki dropping in, falling in MCU when Stephen Strange put him in falling. I've been falling.
Well, yeah, that's very black hole-ish, very much like that. But yeah, there are actually people that truly believe that's happened. And there, like I said, because of the whole weirdness of black holes, there'd be some that it could possibly be, but it's it's unlikely. Plus, we would be, like I said, we would be stretched out like spaghetti and pulled apart. So.
I think that's less plausible than the whole multiverse idea. I think the multiverse has more going for it than the black hole theory. Of course, that's a whole Marvel idea.
Yeah, that would explain a lot of things, especially time. Time is
timey-wimey.
Once you start getting into what time is, you kind of go, what?
Yeah, I'm
does it really exist?
Confused.
Or it's just trying to wrap your head around things like that. It's just crazy. There are people that believe that we've been sucked into a black hole when they found the Higgs boson particle.
The Higgs boson.
The God particle, as some people call it. Yeah,
that's right.
So,
I feel like I'm being stretched out some days, but that one's a big one. The Illuminati.
Yes, they're big. Yeah.
Yes, and a lot of people actually believe in the Illuminati. The Illuminati has actually been in use since the 15th century. and it was assumed or applied to be various groups of people who claimed to be
I don't have a $1 bill. It's got that eye
unusually
over the pyramid on it like that does.
Yeah. Supposedly, the people who were unusually gifted and enlightened belong to the Illuminati, and the secret society. I mean, people love to believe in secret societies, you know.
Secret society controlling history.
Yeah. And putting their fingers in all the pies, and controlling governments, the rise and fall, and controlling our monetary system, stuff like that. The Illuminati has been around forever, and
it's tied up in the Knights Templar and Masons, and they're all kind of tied in together. And people are always afraid some elite is controlling their destiny, rather than that life is just chaos. you think you can control your life? No, I don't think anybody outside your life can do much to control it either. It's you can kind of direct where you're going, but sometimes you get caught in the currents, get caught in the black hole, and your life goes weird. So, yeah.
And we always try to connect these conspiracy theories as possible, comic book storylines, but they've already done that with the Illuminati. They did that.
It's been time. Yeah, it's been
in the Avengers. Yeah.
Yes.
And they've used the storyline for the Illuminati as villains in some storylines. Nefarious group, a cabal of people. I don't know. Do you think it has any substance? And what is? I've never figured out what the Masons are. I mean, yes, stonemasons, blah blah blah. My ancestors were stonemasons.
Well, my dad was a Mason. He belonged to the Shriners and the Masons, and so it's a secret fraternity where, like any other fraternity, it helps you in business. When one of your brothers or sisters, you got a secret handshake. You can go, well, I'm a member of this group, and so you help each other in business and that sort of thing. So that's what the Masons are. It's a fraternity, more or less. It's got some different
Freemasons
things that it does. Yeah. But they've been around for a long time, and they're kind of an offshoot again of the what did I say earlier? Knights Templar. They're kind of associated with that as well. Some people think that the Knights Templar turned into the Masons. There is some association, but it's not a direct lineage.
What is? Oh gosh, who's the author that wrote all those books? With full of conspiracies. Brown.
Yeah. With the movies with Tom Hanks in them.
Dan Brown, and yes,
it finally came to me. Dan Brown. Yeah. He delves very deeply into this kind of stuff.
He goes into huge detail in all these, into these Masons and Illuminati, and everything's got secret meanings behind it, and ley lines and the whole thing.
It's great. It's great escapist reading. It really is.
The Da Vinci Code. I mean, it's actually really, really brilliant how he has pulled all this stuff together. Because I mean, if you go to some of the places that he mentions in his books and look, he's like, yeah, he's right. There is a ley line that's right there in the stone, and everything he writes about is factual, but he's writing in a fictional way, all these places actually exist, but he hooks them together in a weird way.
Yeah, it's usually, like most conspiracies, it's usually to explain something that is usually unexplainable. You're trying to come up with some reason why this happened or why this thing exists. It gets tied up in, that's what gets tied up in these conspiracy theories. It's like the JFK assassination. that the Warrens Commission talking about the one bullet that looks like it took a weird turn.
Yeah, the magic bullet.
Yeah, the magic bullet at the JFK assassination. It's it's things to explain those kind of weird happenings. When if we really knew all the facts, we'd go, oh, that's all it is. It's just this happened, but
that's not as fun.
But we can't find out what that is because you can't get in a time machine, go back and watch it, and go, oh, that's what happened.
So Pop says there was definitely a dimensional shift in 2012. Things went off the rails worldwide and are still weird. Oh, I got to hear the explanation behind this.
I thought that was 2015, but okay.
So you gotta come in. He's monitoring 3 live shows right now, but we really need your input, Pops, because this is right up your alley, and we're short-staffed tonight. So
to a certain extent, so he is right. There's been some pretty weird stuff going on, but I think it's like any other. You have calm periods of history, and then you go through a chaotic period where things are changing drastically, and things go kind of wild for a while. But we've got AI, we've got computers, the internet.
Yeah, we're living in a science fiction book right now. I know.
Yeah, and I'm just hoping it's eventually utopian rather than dystopian, but we'll see. Oh, yeah. There's another one that was in that list of 30. I was going to bring that up if you didn't.
Nazis had a secret base in Antarctica. And this revolves around the idea that after World War II, high-ranking Nazis, potentially even Hitler himself, escaped to a secret base established in Antarctica. This theory often connects to the New Swabia region, an area explored by a German expedition in 38-39. The proposed base is often envisioned as an underground network of hidden caverns, possibly heated by geothermal activity, which would provide a hidden and sustainable environment.
Well, that's been dealt with in a comic book from Marvel.
Really?
The Lost Land.
Oh, you mean with Khazar?
Comes from?
Yeah,
Khazar, however you want to pronounce it. I call it Khazar, but it could be Khazar.
Yeah, that's
but anyway, that's his land. His land is underneath Antarctica. You go through a cave or whatever and go into this essentially world within a world that's heated by geothermal and such. So that's it. Prehistoric monsters, saber-toothed tigers. So yeah, that's been used. That particular idea has been used in comics and pulp magazines.
So,
yeah.
Yep. That is just my opinion, nothing based on fact, Pop says, just like Beyonce is a country singer. And that made me laugh. that made me laugh. Well, I mean, there's all kinds of Nazi conspiracy theories, and that's what made Indiana Jones so fun. And the original Indiana Jones was the whole thing where they were trying to get all the supernatural elements together.
So made it a lot of fun. World War II, yeah.
So they could win World War II. The Betz Mystery Sphere. Pop says there are so many things that just do not feel right. All right.
Yeah.
The Betz,
this was on the list too.
This one is actually real head scratching to me. Because apparently this is a mysterious metal sphere about the size of a bowling ball found by the Betz family on Fort George Island, Florida in 1974.
About that big, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Its unusual properties, including self-propulsion and strange reactions to sound and magnetic fields, led to speculation about its origin. The most popular theory suggests that the sphere is an extraterrestrial device, possibly a probe or a piece of advanced technology from another civilizations. This is the part that made me go, what? The U.S. Navy investigated the sphere, confirming its metallic composition and the presence of smaller spheres inside, but could not fully explain its behavior. After gaining media attention, the sphere disappeared. Either the government took it or the Betts family put it into hiding. So, I mean,
or it
this
went
is one
back
of
where
those,
it came from.
this is one of those things that make you go, I mean, if the U.S. Navy couldn't figure out what the hell it was, I suppose they could cut it open.
Yeah, I know next to nothing about this particular one. This is the first I'd heard of it. So yeah, that is pretty weird. I don't know much about this particular one.
It would make a good comic, though.
Oh gosh, yeah, it's like the Cosmic Cube. You could make it
Yes.
anything. Yeah,
Yes.
the Cosmic Cube is like that as well. The Tesseract, as it was called in the MCU movies.
Yep. Guy walking on the beach, reaches down, picks up this strange ball, and bzing! He's got superpowers or something. And he put it in a backpack or something like that, and he can fly around.
Alien artifacts, alien stuff coming, crash landing on Earth. We're like talking about Green Lantern. That's how he got his at least the Silver Age Green Lantern. That's how he got his ring and his power. Was from a crashed alien ship. The Mandarin, his origin story
10 rings.
is 10 rings. That's not the movie version. It's the comic book version. He got his 10 rings from an alien spacecraft that crash landed, and he found power rings on board it and put them on his fingers, and then gained all these powers.
Now, Hal Jordan's, was that a ring to begin with, or was it just a stone he put into a ring?
No, it was a ring because the pilot on board the spacecraft was a Green Lantern.
Oh,
I believe his name was Abin Sur.
Oh yeah,
and he was dying, so he gave his ring to Hal Jordan, and anointed him Earth's protecting Green Lantern, and that's the origin story. And then of course he had to figure out how to use his powers and such. But yeah, that's the every story. If you're going to have a wild story like this, you got to have one element that you just kind of wave your hand and go, it's not scientific, but it's the wild, crazy thing about the story that the reader will accept, as long as everything else makes sense around it.
We're going to suspend our disbelief on this one.
That's exactly right. You suspend your disbelief about this one item because everything else around it makes sense in that context. So that's what a lot of these conspiracy theories can do for a story, is be that thing that you suspend your disbelief on.
And alien artifacts are like, pure gold when it comes to, conspiracy theories. That's like the ultimate find.
Yeah, Roswell and
yeah. Alien skulls or whatever, skeletons. Speaking of which,
yes,
the Black Knight satellite conspiracy theory alleges that an extraterrestrial spacecraft has been orbiting Earth in a near polar orbit for the last 13,000 years, with its existence supposedly being concealed by NASA. Images captured during the 88 Space Shuttle mission in 1998, the STS-88, in 1998, showing a dark, unusually shaped object near the International Space Station, are often presented as evidence of the Black Knight satellite. I don't know. I mean, most people, the experts say it's space junk.
As a piece of junk that, some item that one of the astronauts on a spacewalk dropped, and it drifted away. So that's what it's been identified as. But then, of course, the conspiracy theorists will say, "Well, that's the cover story. That's not real."
Exactly.
Yeah, they'll say that's.
Well,
the cover
of course
story.
they're going to say it's space junk. They don't want us to know the truth, that we're being secretly spied on by a race. 13,000 years, Pops. Come on. We need you. 13. Yeah. I mean, how would they know that if they haven't? I mean, what have they done? Carbon dated it? I mean, how do they know it's 13,000 years old? Good question. Yeah.
Let's see. That's when people were crossing Bering Strait from Asia to North America.
Yeah, and mammoths were still walking the earth.
13 to 20,000 years ago. Mammoths and giant sloths, and there were even horses.
Saber-toothed tigers. Pop says, wasn't nothing to see here until the last 150 years. NASA has not been around that long. I know. Exactly.
Yeah, how would we know how long that thing's been there?
Unless somebody has gone up there and taken a piece of it and brought it back and did carbon dating. You know, you got to think of the situations and come up with an explanation for the unreasonableness. You know, again,
that's what these are, is trying to explain something that doesn't make sense. It's a conspiracy is the quote unquote easiest way to explain it. So,
yeah, I agree, Pop. Some conspiracy theories are just meh. Meh. But our next one is an oldie but goodie. Yep. This is a...
Uh-oh.
Hang on, I dropped my paper. The aliens constructed the pyramids. And the argument is that ancient astronauts helped the Egyptians because the ancient Egyptians lacked the technology and knowledge to construct such sophisticated structures. Arguments often center on the size and precision of the structures.
Yeah, their orientation.
They are impossible to replicate with ancient methods. Some even point to perceived alignment with celestial bodies, particularly Orion's belt, as evidence of extraterrestrial involvement. I mean, we could say the same for the Nazca lines in Peru, or Machu Picchu, or Stonehenge, or or
and there
half a dozen other things.
There are other hinges in Great Britain on the British Isles that connect with Stonehenge and others. So it's just all kinds of wild things like that could be associated with aliens. There's pictographs on the side of South American, Central American buildings that look like somebody inside a spacecraft.
Oh yeah, those are all over the world.
With the exhaust coming out the back, and it looks like it almost looks like he's got a helmet on. It's stuff like that when you see it with modern eyes, it looks a certain way. So that fuels conspiracy theories like crazy. And if you'll note, that fueled Jack Kirby's creation of the Eternals for Marvel Comics.
No.
They had a lot of basis in that stuff from Mesoamerica.
Oh,
aliens did it.
Pop says aliens did it. Yeah. We can't even do that today. Well, that's a good point. There is some weird shit that pops up that makes me go, and the preciseness of the pyramids is one of them.
The fittings of the pyramidal pyramids in Central and South America are amazing. I mean, it's how do you do that without a crane and the equipment that we have? You can't do that today with the equipment we have now. How did they do it then? I don't know. They had a lot of time on their hands, I guess. Would be about
this
the
is
only
another Dan
thing.
Brown book that needs to be written.
Sure.
Cosmac Grandpa says they call me a conspiracy theorist because I believe we did land on the moon in 1969. Good point. I do too. Pop says you cannot get a razor blade between the stones. Perfect cut, like laser, right?
Unbelievable. Yeah, it's unbelievable what they did. Yes,
they're like cut with a razor. I mean a laser, not a razor. But yeah, you're right. They're just so perfectly cut. It's just spooky. So definitely. So you say the Eternals were based on something like that?
Yes, like the Chariots of the Gods. I don't know if you remember that book from Von Daniken. Wrote a book back in the 60s or 70s called Chariots of the Gods, and he was pointing out this stuff all around the world. That if you look at it with modern eyes, it looks like guys in spaceships or guys with helmets on, or they're like all the Egyptian gods could just be aliens rather than rather than gods. So and yeah, Jack Kirby's Eternals was pretty much based on that thinking.
I've heard of
Yep.
the book. I've never read it. Cosmic Grandpa says they had electric batteries too. Who? The Egyptians?
Yeah. Yes.
What?
The Egyptians had batteries. Yeah. They didn't know what to do with them, but yeah.
Glenn Fleming has been to Easter Island. He is a tall guy, and those statues dwarf him. Yeah, I've seen that. They've actually dug some of them out.
How did they do that too? It's because all those statues were moved from somewhere else on the island. So,
really?
Yeah. Uh-huh. And they are halfway buried. Yes.
I want to hear more about these electric batteries that the Egyptians had.
Yeah. It's been found. They found pieces like an empty jar, and there were traces of. I think it was an acid. I'm going on memory, and this is a long time ago. I read this.
I mean, you make an electrical current with a potato, so you know.
Yeah, well, exactly. But because of what was in there, it would create an electric charge, whatever it was. So we don't know what that was being used for. It could have been like a magician's trick. That it could be a number of things. But where did that come from? So there's also been found if you want to stay on this track, there was on a shipwreck, I believe it was, they found this machine that when they cleaned it up and looked at it, it was essentially a computer, mechanical computer. Yes. Yeah. Look this stuff up. It could be used to do different calculations. It was speculated that it was probably used to figure out when the planets were going to be aligned and such. It was a planetary. They're thinking that's what it was for. So even this is back in ancient pre-Roman times that this was found.
Cow.
So yeah.
Maybe we had a lot of smart people back then, and they got all wiped out for some reason.
Well, we've gone,
and then we had to start all over again.
As I said before, history is such that we go through calm periods, and then we go through a period of when things are changing. Things get very chaotic. Stuff gets destroyed. Stuff gets lost. Knowledge gets lost because
the library of
Alexandria gets burned to the ground, which had all the books from that period gathered from around the world.
Yeah,
so
that was a loss.
Why would you put all that in one place?
Good idea.
That's putting all your eggs in one basket. Why would you do that? And it was lost because people who didn't believe in that, believe in that kind of knowledge, everything had to come from the holy book. So they were destroying things.
I know, because it didn't suit their vision of what
exactly. And don't we see some of that even today?
Yeah.
So
Pop says so much knowledge lost. I know, it just makes you sick.
There's
what could have been
some. Yeah, and there was I did a comic book with Michael Vance about this very sort of thing. Is that Captain Nemo, before he became Captain Nemo, went on an expedition to find the lost library of Alexandria, and we did like a 3 or 4 issue miniseries where he and this crew of his go looking for it, and they find it, and that's how he gets electricity to power the Nautilus later on in 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea. but and it also kind of informs what kind of person he becomes as well. Young
That's cool.
Captain Nemo.
That is cool.
So-
Cool idea. The hollow moon. Jump in because I'm monitoring 3 shows right now. Yeah, you're a good.
Hollow moon.
Hollow moon. All right. The hollow moon conspiracy posits that Earth's moon is not a natural celestial body, but is instead either entirely or largely hollow, possibly even an artificially constructed moon. Oh, sorry. This has roots in the science fiction, probably H.G. Wells's 1901 novel, The First Men in the Moon, which imagined it as a hive for giant ant-like aliens. In the 1970s, 2 Soviet authors, Michael Vazin and Alexander Schwarzbakov, speculated in the Soviet magazine Sputnik that the moon might be the creation of alien intelligence. During the Apollo missions, seismometers detected that the moon rang like a bell for an extended period during certain moonquakes and after intentional impacts, such as crashing the lunar module's ascent stage into the surface. Now, what do you think about that one? Cosmic Grandpa is the CFO of the network, Barb. He runs a 3 Bierman show on Sunday. Oh, you got to come on then. Please. We could use your knowledge.
Yeah. But again, it's something unexplained. We can't completely explain that rigging of the moon, so that it could be hollow. Who knows? It could be hollow. Could be the fact that it could also be the fact that when the moon was formed, it was all molten, and the center was molten at one time and has cooled. And when things cool, they compress. They get smaller, and that might have left a space in there, and that might be the rigging. So
it's like a giant Benoit ball. Okay.
Yeah, exactly.
For those of you out there who do not know what that is, you're just going to have to Google it.
Go look it up. Yes.
Go look it up.
I mean, I know what they are, but I'm not saying.
So it has another ball inside rattling around it?
Yeah, that the core is no longer molten. So because the moon is so small, the pressures of, that's why the Earth's core is still molten, is that the gravity and the size, the mass of the Earth is still pressing on it, and that pressure is what keeps the core hot and keeps the iron, mostly iron core of the Earth in a molten state. Although it's actually more of a liquid than it is anything else. So, but and the moon is so much smaller that those pressures aren't enough to keep it hot and molten. The same thing happened with Mars. That's why at one time Mars is thought to have actually had a magnetic field, and a molten core is what causes a planet to have a magnetic field, which protects us from cosmic rays, so we don't all become the Fantastic Four.
Then we're talking about conspiracy theories, and right now we're on the hollow moon,
right?
And a place for. Haven't we used that in comics though as a place where villains have their secret hideout?
Well, and that's where the Watcher lives on what's called the blue area of the moon. And the Fantastic Four visited there a couple of times. The Red Ghost went there to try and steal some of the Watcher's technology, and he was thwarted by the Fantastic Four. And so it's fodder for great storytelling.
Doesn't Tony Stark hide stuff up there? I think.
I don't know for sure. Not when I was reading Iron Man regularly, but that's quite possible. And then I just had a thought. Dick Tracy, if you'll recall, Dick Tracy. There's some science fiction aspects of that comic strip where the magnetic coupe, which could fly in space using magnetism, went to the moon and found this alien race in a canyon, a deep canyon where atmosphere could settle, and there was actually air. And he went down, and the moon people met the moon in Moon Valley. So,
Pop says,
yeah, just weird stuff.
Uatu is a meddler. Oh, he's the watcher.
Yes.
Yeah, the watcher.
Uatu is the watcher.
The Inhumans were there for a bit.
True. Yep.
Oh, hang on here.
Yeah, the blue area of the moon is supposedly an area, is postulated by Kirby and Lee as an area where there was a pocket of air that the Watcher had created for his living place there on the moon.
Welcome, Nem. Is it Nem?
Yep, Nem's fine. That's how everybody knows me. My wife even is calling me that now, which is kind of weird. So.
Pop says, I think Magneto lived up there for a while too.
Okay, that I wasn't aware of, but that sounds plausible.
So
sorry to be off camera, by the way, but Pops caught me with minimal amount of clothes on and said, "Hey, you want to be on?" I'm like, "Sure," but I don't think they want to see me. I mean,
not a problem. We just need info.
Well, yeah. now I can't get that image out of my head. Thank you so much.
Oh,
so
you're welcome.
the current conspiracy theory that we are on is that some people believe the moon is hollow, and that would lend itself to some great comic book stories, and has already lent itself to great comic book
Absolutely.
stories. What do you think of that theory?
Oh yeah, I mean, I think it's great. I mean, you already brought up Magneto. I mean, of course, if we're talking about hollow planets type thing, there's always my favorite, which is Journey to the Center of the Earth with H.G. Wells.
Right.
So,
exactly.
Fantastic. So, love the story. Love anything H.G. Wells. And then I'll be honest with you, the movie wasn't half bad either. So there's been a couple movies. So, but yeah, although I have to say, the idea of a hollow moon now makes me go back to whatever that is. Was it 1920s or 1910s? That early movie where they shoot the cannon.
Yes.
It sticks in the eye.
It sticks in the eye of the moon.
Yeah.
Little silent movie.
Yeah.
All right.
So,
I think that was based on H.G. Wells' First Men in the Moon. Very loosely.
From the Earth to the Moon, right?
From the Earth to the Moon. That's it. Yeah.
I know that the first time I ever saw that, there was usually don't see it a lot unless you own the DVD version, but the movie Around the World in 80 Days that Disney did way back in the day with David Niven. There's a 20-minute documentary that Walt Disney narrated and presented before the movie that features not only From the Earth to the Moon, but a bunch of other stuff that they're talking about in there. So it's cool.
Cool. We're going to move on to the next conspiracy theory. The Hat Man is often associated with sleep paralysis, but apparently a lot of people believe in this. In the shadowy figure that appears at the end of their bed. Conspiracy theories surrounding the Hat Man suggest he's a demon or an interdimensional being, or even the devil. Some also believe he could be a product of astral projection or a form of shadow person. Alternatively, a more conventional explanation is that he is a hallucination experienced during sleep paralysis or as a result of drug use like Benadryl. So
to
enough
treat my
people.
hives, I've taken a little bit of Benadryl, and it can make you see some weird stuff.
My stepmother took it one time, and she was, she was out of it.
Fun fact about me and Benadryl, I have the opposite effect with most drugs. And when I take Benadryl, I'm awake for 6 days straight. So
what's weird is that
you're hyperactive.
Yeah.
It's Blunt Sweetwood. Tell him, Nim. I have gummies to help me sleep only. But the weird thing is, enough people have experienced this that now it has become a part of a wider conspiracy theory. It's I've seen them too, something like that. And it reminds me of the whole Slender Man
I
thing.
was just about to say that.
Looks
The
very
thing-
closely related to that, yeah. And the whole aliens coming down and kidnapping people could be associated with this too.
And here's a little trivia for you guys, is that they just released Slender Man happened here in Wisconsin, and they just released one of the gals from a psychiatric hospital, and she was supposed to go to a halfway house here in my town. And enough people kicked up a fuss that they changed locations. I don't know where they sent her. But yeah, she was supposed to come live here.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
So,
that was pretty wild.
Yeah, they so believed in Slender Man, and Slender Man was huge on the internet back then. And I get the feeling that this is the same. It's like group hysteria. If you say, I've seen him, oh yeah, you know what? Come to think of it, I think I have too.
Yeah.
And the legend grows.
Believe it or not, I'm actually using an older version of this conspiracy theory in a series of horror short stories I'm writing.
Oh, yeah?
The older one goes all the way back to like the Dark Ages, and it's called the Night Hag. The Night Hag. So it used to be a witch or a demon or a devil, and he was usually in the form of an old woman who would come, and then you would be paralyzed. You couldn't move or wake up, and then she would steal your soul or your life essence or whatever.
Succubus or yeah. Very similar.
It's funny how the idea stays the same, but whoever's doing it is changing from aliens to the Night Hag to now we've got this, which is similar to Slender Man. So
exactly.
Yeah. So with the times,
so there's probably some basic lizard brain part of us that this sort of thing comes from, and we as we change societies, we try to explain it in different ways. So today it's Hat Man. Back then it was a hag, or or a succubus, or whatever it is.
A vampire.
Yeah.
Again, these conspiracy. This goes back to the whole concept that conspiracy theories are trying to explain the unexplainable, kind of like religions do about the unexplainable as well.
Yeah.
And they're cyclical.
Yeah.
Yes.
Every generation needs a reason for things that are happening in their lives. And so thus is born, the most recent reincarnation of, the hag or the witch or whatever.
That's like when lightning comes down and strikes. It's like, it can't just be something natural. It's got to be a god up there, some sky god, take your choice, who's throwing lightning down because he's mad or something.
Who's personally throwing them at you.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Not very good if he keeps missing.
Yeah. Well, as a matter of fact, when I was in the Army, we knew a guy that got struck by lightning 4 times. So he did something really bad, I guess. So
apparently.
He was on somebody's hit list.
Yeah.
Do you guys know who this is?
I do not.
Is that Elvis?
Yes.
Oh,
I figured it out.
He's still alive. He lives up the road from me. So.
Yep, Pops. Yeah. That's supposedly what Elvis would look like at 80. They did this for his 80th birthday. Imagined what he would look like at 80. And there has always been, since the day he died. Oh, he just faked his death because he was unhappy in the spotlight, and he wanted to get away from all the pressure and the fame and just live a quiet life. And some other ones say he went into the witness protection program. This alone is why AI sucks. Yes, Pops, I agree.
Yeah, because AI can do this stuff fairly
easily,
effortlessly, yeah,
and fake it too, and make it look real.
Make it look real, yeah. That doesn't look very real to me, but yeah.
What movie was it? I think it was like Men in Black, where they said Elvis was an alien that went home, and you're like,
yeah.
For a minute there, you go, okay, maybe.
Yeah.
So, any thoughts on that? This and I don't think would lend itself to comics very well. There's
well,
the
it
one-trick
could.
pony. It's a
It
one-trick
could,
pony.
but yeah.
I've got. Is this one or is this 2 or 3 words? All I'm going to say is Bubba Hotep. So
Yes, exactly.
yeah. So as far as comics or movies go, it shouldn't work, but it was so crazy and out there that it sure as heck did. So.
Yeah,
Neil Peart was an alien.
Elvis has to come back and fight aliens, or something. He could be brought back for
Well,
something
there's
like
a conspiracy theory out there that Prince Charles or King Charles now is actually a vampire. Because I mean things could be worse. Look at Abraham Lincoln, Vampire Slayer. I mean,
what a great concept.
They
that
went
was
there.
For a comic.
They went there, but apparently, Charles is actually somewhere back in his bloodline. He was related to Vlad the Impaler. So now they're saying, well, yeah, he's a vampire. He just must be deluded enough that he can walk around in daylight.
Yeah.
Now that
wearing enough sunscreen.
I'm looking at this picture here, and for some reason Elvis looks like he aged into a younger Marlon Brando. So
not fat enough. So I don't think this would lend itself very well to comics, but the whole King Charles might,
Yeah. Like the Abraham Lincoln Vampire Slayer. Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. Pop says Keith Richards is a walking corpse.
Oh my gosh. Right. Yeah, he could. Yeah.
Oh yeah. King Charles one, I could see it as like as a comic called like King of Darkness or something, So it's like.
When the world ends, there's only going to be 2 things left: cockroaches and Keith Richards.
Yeah.
That's right. All right. This one's a doozy.
The missing sock?
Well, it has one of the theories this as to why socks go missing. Washing machines and dryers cause localized disruptions in the space-time continuum through the effects of spinning metal drums in an electromagnetic field and heat. The rapid spinning of the metal drums in washing machines and dryers combined with the electromagnetic fields generated by their motors and the heat produced creates tiny, imperceptible wormholes. Don't ask where are my socks, but when are my socks?
Oh gosh, a laundromat like that would be a bed for that sort of thing. Of course, I always lost socks at the laundromat. So yeah.
Cosmic Grandpa says that explains the washer dryers at Rush concerts.
Yeah. I don't know if that's a whole comic series, but I think it would be pretty funny for like a Doctor Who type like character to open up a portal all of a sudden and crush an enemy with like an avalanche of socks and something comes out of this pocket dimension or something, So
yeah, there's an idea. Yeah.
Pop says my girlfriend's panties all would have disappeared too.
Black
then.
hole.
Yeah.
It picks up stuff and leaves with it socks and we put our keys down somewhere and we look for them and they're not. We can't find them anywhere, and then we come back later and it's in one of the places where we looked. And we always go, well, the black hole brought it back.
Or you have like a Booster Gold type character who has a gun that goes into this pocket dimension. And he just opens up the thing and it's like stuffed and like socks and panties and keys just start flying out at like epic, speed to take people out. So
my husband would swear that there are pocket dimensions because he'll say, I'll send him to get something. And he'll come back and say, I couldn't find it. And I'll walk right up there and pick it right up and says, it's right here. So
it's not just me then, right?
No. My wife does it to me too.
The rotisserie chickens cooking on stage at Rush concerts were even better. Actual caterers basting the chickens for the after show party. Seriously?
Oh my word!
I never heard that.
I had not either. It doesn't. not entirely surprised by it, but that's weird.
Yeah,
So
I've never seen that one. So
no,
so
I haven't
tiny,
either.
tiny wormholes created by washers and dryers.
why not?
That's
Why not?
interesting. Yeah.
Although I'm now scared to go into the laundry room now. So
Well, just like don't stick your head in one. I guess
exactly.
it might pop the head off and into another
Although,
dimension
given
or
some
something.
of the stuff going on in the world today, I might want to go into a pocket universe.
All right. Those are the ones I came up with. Rob, do you have any that I haven't mentioned that you really?
Well, let me see on this list of 30 that I found. If there's any
Wow.
interesting, I'll come back here now.
While he's looking, how about you?
Yeah,
Em?
30 conspiracy theories. The flat Earth.
We
didn't cover
discussed that
one.
last one.
That last time we did this, we covered the flat Earth. Yes.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
I don't know what you would exactly call this one, but like I'm a big fan of fantasy and like Conan the Barbarian and stuff.
Yeah.
And every now and then you'll see a story where they're like, "Oh, it's a natural rock formation under the underwater, and it looks exactly like a wall that goes on for miles." Or they find a prehistoric being that's called a hobbit, and all these things. I'm like, what if all these stories were tapping into our collective unconsciousness, and it actually was this world before, and it all collapsed and went to the dark ages or something, and then we started over, So I don't know what you call that conspiracy theory, but I think
Pops
sometimes.
finally made it. Last 4 minutes, he's here.
Well, I had to wait till this was the only show I was monitoring. The indie creatives are over, and the first impressions is over, and you guys are the last one standing. So here I am.
Well, all these on my phone here, it's all gotten blurred for some reason. I guess I could only read
That's
this
okay.
particular article for a
I'm
short
sure-
period.
I'm
But,
sure Pops has got a fantastic one that he likes. What's your favorite one, Pops?
Well, my favorite one is the recent one that how Bigfoots are able to avoid human contact.
Oh, really?
Okay.
What's this?
Teleportation.
Oh.
They like make little wormholes and disappear. Man, it's like really. Well, that would explain it, right? It's like that's why they're always. You might get a glimpse of it, then it's gone. Poof. Nobody ever gets. Well, we've seen two halfway decent films,
Yeah,
and
funny.
both of them, if you look at them closely, are female Bigfoots.
Yeah, they got the
Yeah,
hooters
they
on
got
the front.
boobies. Yeah, they got boobies. And they're obvious. Okay, if you look at it, if you look closely at the film, both of them, the ones that I've seen that I think could possibly actually be
Real, not somebody in
yeah.
a furry suit. Yeah.
Because mainly because of that. Have you ever seen a female monkey suit?
No.
No, somebody would have to actually make that. And
Actually,
back then,
I think in 2001: A Space Odyssey, at least one of the apes is female because she's suckling a. They have a young chimpanzee as their child.
well, I guess
So I
Planet
think there's
of the
one
Apes,
there,
yeah,
but
I guess Planet of the Apes they had
Yeah,
female too.
that-
I
correct,
guess
yeah.
you could say they had that, but I mean, the look of the head and everything is pretty unique in comparison to anything that was theatrics and film back then. Those two films,
Yep.
they give you the possible. That's possible. Okay, but now the new theory that the reason you don't see them is that they can teleport.
Well, if they had the ability to teleport, if they were that advanced, wouldn't they like do something rather than run around in fur?
Well, that's what I mean. What if it's not some kind of technological thing? It's just an innate ability
Natural ability.
to warp themselves somewhere else to avoid danger or discovery, right?
Well,
Poof,
or
part of their
could
being.
even, yeah,
right?
I would think a better reasoning would be that they're like the shadow. that they cloud men's minds, and we just don't see them because they're hypnotizing us not to see them. That would actually work better.
Smart. Now, if they're that smart, though, I'm gonna go with Barb. Why they run around naked?
Because why not?
Why not?
Ordering a pizza. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
I'd be one for the pizza.
I do think it's just like the fairies, right? Back in England, right? They avoided detection. Poof, you didn't know they was there unless they wanted you to know they were there.
Exactly.
Right? Now,
fairies and leprechauns. Yep.
Yeah. So I look at this the same way. And you've seen a lot of these, like the reality shows where they're hunting Bigfoot, and you've heard a lot of weird stuff in the middle of the night around these campsites where they're doing this. Now, we don't know if they're making that shit up or not, right? We don't know. But how cool would it be if this really going on and they still can't find these things because they're just flipping around like
popping in and out, yeah.
Like Nightcrawler, bam, from somewhere else. It's plausible. Okay,
maybe they're using the hollow earth to get around. They're like,
We're gonna mash up. We're gonna mash up a few things here. The Illuminati are using the hollow earth to hide Bigfoot.
They advanced to a part of their civilization where they created washers and dryers and then stopped, and they're using the wormholes from the dryers to get around into the hollow earth and back out. So they're doing that. So.
That's right.
Oh man.
And sometimes
Roland about doing this as a comic.
And that's where Elvis is too, by the way.
Yes.
Yeah.
And sometimes the whole teleportation goes bad, and they suddenly come back out, and for some reason they have a hat on, and then they stare at you, and it's a sleep paralysis thing.
Mash up. I love it. I love it. Well, you guys are, even though you weren't on here for a long time, both Pops and them, you are both welcome back anytime.
These are always fun. Doing these kinds of shows.
And I will be with Wednesday, Barb. Look, when you moved your show to 9:00 and put it right up against First Impressions, and then Indie CDs wanted to bring their show in at 8:00, I was like, I can't win either way. It's like if you're at 8, it's going to be up against somebody. If you're at 9, it's going to be up against somebody.
Yeah, that's all. That's all my fault.
What's great on Roku? It won't matter.
That's right.
Because I'm just downloading it after the show and uploading it to Roku, and it's not on a schedule. It's just I'll get it up there today or tonight or tomorrow morning, right? This is the whole thing. What I'm doing right now is I'm learning how to upload the stuff to Roku. Okay,
cool.
So this week we're doing putting the whole schedule up there so that we can send it to them for approval from the test channel to Roku, so they can approve our channel. And then once they approve our channel, we start uploading regular right after that, right? So everything that's going this week is pretty much going to be the debut shows on Roku. So say hi to your new Roku audience, everybody.
Like and subscribe, please.
Like and subscribe. That's right. Hey, and you know what?
They don't do that on Roku. You just watch. You just go to the Madness Network.
For those on YouTube and Facebook and other places, like and subscribe, please.
Yeah,
those people help us out there.
You know who I've got coming on next week?
Now,
good friend of mine.
Who?
Maggie Thompson.
I'm excited. I'm excited to see Maggie. I haven't seen her for decades. They used to be the one of the editors of the Comics Buyer's Guide, the weekly source of comic book information back in the
Dawn and Maggie Thompson?
dark ages of comic
book. Is that like fandom. Before Overstreet?
That was before internet.
Yeah, before internet. It was. I think Overstreet and it are probably contemporaries. If I remember correctly, Overstreet might have come first.
She has permanent special guest status at San Diego Comic-Con for lifetime.
Absolutely.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
She's a cool lady. She's a cool lady.
But yeah, I was gonna say when we're doing the Roku thing, it's like guys, just make sure you say hi to your audience.
Hi, audience.
And yeah, the wonderful thing about Roku, like I said, is like I'm learning how to do this. Once it becomes part of my routine, once it's routine, like it's muscle memory, and I'm just doing it, I'll probably have these going up on Roku 10 minutes after they're open. Right now, it's tomorrow when I get with Mac and me and him put everything from tonight up, right?
When you can find time to get
I'm
it
learning,
done.
but once I know this and it's routine, I'll be putting the shows up just as fast as they end, and I can download.
You'll use muscle memory, yes.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, that's the way it is now. Everything is a basic routine. What I got to do after each show, what I got to do every day. It's all a laid out routine, and it just how long my day is just depend on how early the shows start and how late they end.
That's right. And with that, I would like to end this show.
I know. You're trying to leave on it. I know.
Yeah, that's a good segue to leave on.
We got pages to draw and ink and color, and we
got
other things we got to do here, folks.
That's
also,
right.
Nem, I just want you guys to know, Nem not only hosts a couple shows on the network, he also has a comic book he's working on called Space Monkeys, and another one, Blood World, the Throne of the Blood. I forget.
Phoenix Throne. So.
Yeah, too many things to remember, guys. There's so many cool people doing good stuff around here. So
actually, what I was doing before Pops let me know, I was working on business stuff for the. Yeah, I wanted the Bigfoot to come and take me away. So
I'm doing color. I'm doing colors on issue number 5 of Divinity tonight. So.
Nice.
Cool.
Yeah,
so see, everybody's working on comics except me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, just did a comic book page. Yeah, finished that up earlier today. So
you guys don't mind if I play a little something on the way out, do you?
No.
Before
you gonna take us out then?
I'll take you. I'll take you.
Okay, go ahead and take us out.
This is the thing we're working on, Bart. This is
Make mine.
Wait a minute. I don't know. He kind of drops an F-bomb in this. I should maybe play this. It's Ozzy. Is Ozzy dropping an F-bomb?
Wow. Everybody's heard that.
I mean, that's normal, right? Everybody expects that, right?
Okay.
Here we go. Make mine Silverline. Thanks, everybody.
Ozzy, what are you doing? Come and have a look at this lovely book that was sent over.
You're wrapping in the burning.
Oh, go on and spit the bat out your mouth. No one can understand you like that.
Say how 5 dentists and all.
Oh, well, that's not much better. Ozzy, why don't you sing to me? I can always understand you when you sing to me.
Fucking my brains.
I had to stop it right there. But yes, that was the Goodbye to Romance Ozzy art book. Rob, you know what we're talking about.
The very first album I ever bought was Paranoid.
Rob, the reason I wanted to play is because Rob did a piece for it, but I forgot in the middle of it there's an F-bomb. I'm like, sorry, Roland, won't do it again. Yes, there it is. Hold up. There it is. Rob's Ozzy piece, his tribute to the Oz. We have a whole bunch of wonderful art like this, guys. And RJ over there at Critical Blast is formatting and publishing that up, and we are going to be able to get that in your hands, hopefully by the end of October. Hopefully.
And with that, we say bye, everybody. Thanks for popping in, especially you, Pops.
Peace.
Yes.
Who's my?
Hi, I'm Dave Dorman. Make mine Silverline.